Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to this very last day of June 2026. And here down under, it's also the last day of the financial year. So, lots of goodies I have for you if you want to reach out to me. But anyway, we are blessed to have my my beautiful dear friend, Dr. Lisa Singletary, all the way from the USA on the East Coast. I'm never quite sure where on the East Coast she is, but that's okay. We don't need to know that. I just need to know the time zone. So I give her the right time. We have her back again. We had her last month on the second Tuesday of the month, sharing her little, or introducing her little reg guy. What's his name?
Ernie the erythrocyte.
That's it. Ernie. I nearly said the wrong words. That's awful. Thank you. And today she is going to talk to us about that
Sabotage.
sabotage. Yes, my brain I could see it, and anyway, yes. And I thought, well, this is very interesting because how many of us are wondering why we can't get rid of that fat, or we put it on easy, or whatever. But anyway, I don't need to tell you about it because Dr. Lisa is. So, with no further ado, my sweet friend, I am handing the floor over to you, or the screen, whichever you want to call it.
Well, thank you, Bronwyn. I love being in Bronnie's world. And
We adore
but
having you.
thank you. You saw my comment to your post when you said, "Oh, we have a fifth Tuesday," and I'm like, "Oh, fifth Tuesday. Okay, that's great." But don't we meet on Mondays? But then I was like, "Oh, it's the time zone."
You got to remember when you come down under, you're in the future.
Yeah, I know. And I have one friend in New Zealand, and he's just a little further in the future. So
You're two
um,
hours.
I'll ask him, so what's happening tomorrow? Since you're already there. So it's fun having such an international community, Bronwyn, and you just bring such value to the world. So thank you, and thank you for having me.
Thank you, because I appreciate and value all the information that you put out there and that you give us, and that sometimes have to play catch up on your YouTube channel because you have these things on at times I'm asleep and I need to get a moment to watch that. I actually need more than a moment, but that's beside the point.
Yep.
So I learned so much
All
from you.
right. Thank you, love. And you.
I think.
And everyone in your community. Grant, wow, amazing. And good to see Lori today. Blessings to everybody. So, yeah, I've been talking about sabotage, right? We talked about mindset sabotage a year or more ago. I have to go back and bring that one out. Uh, but we talked about sugar sabotage. We talked about sizzle sabotage when you're frying foods and what that does.
Mm.
And that kind of led us into fat sabotage. So that's my topic tonight. So, whew, they changed Zoom so much.
I
So,
know, right? I lose
but
I lose track of where I am with it too.
I will find the share button, one of these uh places, and I will find
Mine's next
my
to the raise your hand one. It used to be green, so it was easy
I know.
to see, and now it's not green. It's just got a
Well,
up arrow in a square.
I had to click the three dots to find it first. Now it's next to the hand. So, we've got it. and we'll make it big. So, fat sabotage, the hidden omega-6 trap that's slowing your metabolic engine. And we love talking about the engine, uh, because one of my branding little icons is the 1967 L88 red Corvette. And we have to have that engine uh, working just right. But in our bodies, our metabolism is an engine. And let's see. So, what is the saboteur? What is causing our engines to have sabotage? So, we're going to talk about the number one saboteur in our diets. I'm not going to say number one, but the number one hidden, I'll say, number one hidden saboteur, which is the omega-6 excess. And this is interesting because omega-6s, we need them. Our bodies need them. But
Mm.
it's the ratio of omega-6s to the omega-3s, etc. So important. And when you talk about being stuck, right? Sometimes the scale is stuck. And we used to say, I mean, we still do say that you can be losing fat and gaining muscle even though the scale stays the same, right? So there is that uh, phenomenon when you're trying to improve your body morphology, improve not just your weight, but the amount of fat versus the amount of muscle. And so you can't always tell um, by the scale, but there's a whole nother factor that can keep you stuck, can keep that number stuck either metabolically or just numerically on the scale. Even if you are eating right, the good food, bad food list, you're moving, you're um, getting your rest, you're doing all the things right, and you can still be stuck. So we have to dig into the eating part because um, there are some hidden issues. Now we know sugar is an issue, and on a low carb diet, uh, that's going to put us in a better metabolic place. But there's these pesky linoleic acid, these pesky omega 6s that we have to look at. So I've got two articles. One is just this overview from healthline.com. I love Healthline. And it's a relatively updated article. It was updated in 2023. And it's an overview of omega 3, 6, and 9 fatty acids. So if you take a scan of this QR code, then you can download this. I mean, it'll take you right to the article. Or you can just search, omega 3 fatty acids, Healthline. And then this particular article is by Dr. Mercola, and again, a little bit more up to date, but he digs deep into the effects of omega 6 and the amount of omega 6 fatty acids in our food supply. So, what we're going to learn, what we're going to discover today is number one, why your plateau, when you're on that plateau, when you're stuck, you can't get the scale to move, or you can't, just you're on the path, that you just aren't making the progress you want to make. There could be a hidden saboteur in your fat patterns. We're going to learn why your cells remember what you eat and how how long they remember what you eat. And that is so important because people will think, I can just have a cheat meal, or their whole diets where you eat clean all week and then go off the rails on the weekend. So we're going to talk about why you still really have to watch and be consistent on your diet. Number three, we're going to learn about the health halo effect, meaning there are many foods that are labeled as healthy, but they're really hiding saboteurs. And then, bonus secret, what can we do to turn the engine around and start rescuing the engine and have smooth running on the road to optimal health? So we're going to talk about omega 3s, smarter swaps, and playing the long game. Ah, so I'm Dr. Lisa Singletary. Hey, I'm a retired board certified family physician, a holistic health and wellness educator. I am your trusted health navigator. I have personally lost over 150 pounds, so uh, I do have a little bit of personal skin in the game of this road to optimal wellness, health and wellness. And I have found that uh, there were 5 M's in my transformation, the five uh, secrets in the 5 M's of total transformation: mindset, motion, macronutrients, micronutrients, and measurement. So I have to retrain ChatGPT on the M's because Chat got them a little bit wrong. But I also often think of the 6 M as the microbiome, right? Because the gut microbiome is so important. But I really am passionate about making science simple, making wellness doable. So this was part of my journey in 2014. I believe that was my peak weight, and I was over 400 pounds at the time. And I'm still on the health journey today, but from the first picture to the middle picture was 8 months, and it was one product that made the difference. Just one product. But I took it per my body weight, right? I didn't just take the minimum. And my feeding my cells that broke the cycle for me, the vicious cycle of weight gain. And then over time, getting my eating under control, adding more products, I was able to lose a substantial amount of weight and uh, along here get out between the first two pictures actually got out of a wheelchair. So I'm very thankful for my nutrition journey because that's what made the difference for me. And when I was at my maximum, I needed a miracle. And of course, we don't talk about miracles in health and wellness. I'm not telling you we have any miracles coming your way tonight, although I do pray for them regularly. But this is my disclaimer slide. So this I am a medical doctor, but I am not your medical doctor, right? So this is not a second opinion. This is not a consultation, but this is me sharing what I'm learning about health and wellness and translating the research for you so that you can make good decisions. Okay, so secret number one, your metabolism is like your engine, right? Your mitochondria. are like the little furnaces, and your everything has to make your body. I mean, your body needs it to make it go, to make energy, um, to process nutrients, to balance the nutrients, to um, uh, really keep your health, keep your weight under control. So the saboteur that we're talking about tonight is hiding in the fuel. So we want to be able to identify the, the where the saboteur is in what we're taking in, what we're putting into our mouths. And look at this. This astounded me because our bodies are, like I said, omega sixes are part of what our bodies need. They are part of the essentials. But there's so much omega 6 in our diets these days that was not there in the past. So when they studied uh, human bodies from back in the day, and I don't remember how far back they went, but let's just say 100 years ago, right? They had about 2% of linoleic acid, which is the omega 6 in our tissues. Today, it's almost 20%, right? So 17 times more um, of the LA or the linoleic acid is in our tissues. And it's not just the amount that's there. It's also what it does and how long it stays. So what do these omega 6s do? What naturally they help us put on weight to prepare for the winter, for scarcity in the winter. And so it's a signal to the body that, okay, get ready. You know, we're going to we're going to be fasting. We got to get ready. We're not going to have the plentiful fruits and vegetables that we normally have. So we got to bulk up and be ready to, I completely, uh, resonate with the bear hibernating. You know, when I get cold, I shut down. I'm like, ah. And then when the sun's out and it's bright and warm, you know, it's a whole different situation. But when we eat omega 6s year round, we're never giving our bodies that fasting, hibernating break. So we're in fat storing mode all the time. And that is, uh, it affects our hormones. It affects so many different things. But here's the other one. Your cells remember what you ate. And this is back to the issue of um, the cheat meals. So sugar, when you cheat with sugar, that sugar, you burn it off in hours, right? When you
Mm-hmm.
cheat with gluten, uh, that's up to 2 weeks. But your gut from one gluten meal, uh, your gut can take a couple weeks to get rid of it. But these omega 6 fatty acids are in your body for years. And I'm going to show you why that is. So, who remembers making cell models in element? You know, I had this styrofoam. I don't even know where we got it from, but I had a styrofoam ball, and I found things around the house to represent all the organs to make my little cell model. But if you look on the outside of the cell, That's called the cell membrane. Okay.
Hmm.
And we're going to take a little teeny bit of the cell membrane and blow it up. And that looks like this. This is the cell membrane, just a little bit of that cell wall. And it's called a lipid bilayer. So outside of the cell, there's an aqueous or a water-based environment. Inside of the cell, there's a water-based environment, and um, that's why the sugars are easier to get rid of for your body to get rid of because they dissolve. They're in the fluid, and your body can very well, you urinate them out very quickly. But the fats that you take in become part of your cell membrane. So it's like I said, it's in your body for years. So each one of these little, uh, it's a ball with two tails. Each one of those is a phospholipid. And so this is the lipid bilayer, and it's amazing. And I want to talk about it all night, but I'm not gonna. But I love talking about the cell membrane. There's so much, I mean, you can see there's so much going on. But we want to also realize that when those unhealthy fats get stored in the cell membrane, it actually breaks down the cell. And when it gets into the mitochondrial cell membrane, then it's breaking down your body's energy production. So, and again, it's there for years. So, I hope, I mean, I know it did this for me. I think twice now about um, the type of fats that I'm consuming. Even though, I mean, we know all oils are bad, right? But even looking at the source of our butter or, other healthy fats that we're going to eat uh, makes a big difference. And then secret number three, the health halo. Oh my goodness, there's so many marketing messages in the health community. And we're tricked, right? We're tricked into thinking that so many things are good for you and they really are not. And when you think about all these different oils, they can be, I mean, you have to have um well, it helps just to forget about the oils. This is one reason oils are on the bad food list. They're on the bad food list because, for one thing, anytime they're exposed to oxygen, they start to oxidize and become rancid and can cause cancer, right? But even if you had the perfect omega-6, not oxidized, but fresh, the amount of omega-6s or the ratio of omega-6 to omega-3s uh, can have long-term implications in your metabolism. And uh, this is another thing that I'm learning more and more about. There's big food is it's amazing, right? What is in our food supply. And so I want to encourage you to know the source, know the farm where these animals are coming from. I actually had the privilege of chasing some cows from one pasture to another, and I grew up on a farm. We had pigs and we had uh, um, chickens and whatnot. So
Mm.
I know what our pigs ate, right? But you don't know what most of the pigs eat. And this is the thing. People say you are what you eat. No, you are what you absorb. This is true. But you are also what you eats.
Yeah, so what they eat.
Exactly. Exactly. So, much more likely because of the types of stomachs that we find in ruminant animals, much more likely that those omega 6s will be broken down than with pigs and chickens. And restaurants, oh my goodness, restaurants are an obstacle course when it comes to really eating healthy because of how they're how the foods are seasoned, how the foods are cooked, how they are dressed. Um, and that's assuming or giving them credit for having perfect temperature control and bacterial control, etc. So um, just be very, very careful, be very, very aware. And don't even get me started on these Franken meats, right? The genetically engineered, the, again, labeled healthy, even healthy in the names. And they are, um, you know, they are just lab cooked and they are completely saturated with these omega 6s and cause oxidative stress and more. So what can we do about it? Well, I talked about the ratio. So omega 3s help when you have a good ratio of omega 3s to omega 6s, then um, you're much, much better off. You could even think of your body as swapping out using the omega 3s to swap out or to flush out the excess omega 6s. So now omega 6s um, are very, very important in the developmental stages. But once we're adults, once we're eating the standard American diet, we get more than enough omega 6s in our diets, right? So when we supplement, we focus on the omega 3s. Yeah,
The
you
sad
could
diet.
still, huh? The
The sad
sad
diet.
diet. Yep, the standard American diet.
Or
Now I
down
could,
here, it's the standard Australian diet. Still sad,
yep.
still sad.
Well, I was gonna say it can be the standard adult diet because it's worldwide now.
Mm.
So what do the omega 3s do for us? It helps our brains, it helps our energy, it helps, like I said, to the cellular level. It helps our cell membranes. So really get those omega 3s in there. And this I didn't know, but it is so difficult for vegetarians, or I'll say so, they have to pay so much more attention because, we do have omega 3s in plant form, such as the flax or, our multi omega. Um, but when you have high levels of omega 6, then it blocks your body from being able to use those plant-based omega 3s. I didn't know that until I read these articles. So, um, I don't have an answer for you right now as far if you are a vegetarian. Um, I mean, I don't have an easy answer for you, but I can tell you that these omega 6s are giving you double trouble, even if you are supplementing with I mean, I take flax seeds and chia seeds in my shakes just to, or not shakes, but drinks. Um, because I I love the way they help my digestion, but I'm not taking them for the omega 3 content, right? I'm taking a whole nother omega 3 supplementation. So I'm not saying don't take the flaxseed and chia seed. Hear what I'm saying. If you are having excess LA and you're getting your omega 3s from a plant source, then you are not getting the full benefit. So it's a lot easier for us meat eaters, right? But again, you want to have the right source of your omega 3s. And then here's something I didn't think about. I think about occasionally, I think about the skin, but a lot of our skincare products have omega 6s. So it's very important to look at the labels of your skin. And, we have so many alternatives or so many options. We're so blessed uh, to have even a whole brand new skincare line. It's microbiome for your skin, which your skin has a microbiome. So we've got options. We just have to be aware. All right, so we want to ditch the industrial seed oils. We want to ditch all the oils. Ditch chicken and pork. Ditch excess nuts and seeds. And again, ditch the quote unquote healthy oils that really aren't. And what do we do instead? Ghee, tallow, butter, but make sure it's grass fed and grass finished.
Mm.
So what does that mean? You can
I think we
call
talked about the finish last time, didn't we? That right near
maybe
that last
the
week or
last
two,
30 days
yeah, they really
they
fatten
try
them up real quick.
they fatten them up, right? So you want grass fed and grass finished. Um, beef, lamb, bison, small oily fish, and of the oils, I've looked at the shelf lives of oils, and coconut oil has a very stable shelf life. So, um, for people that have to have an oil and they don't want to take butter, then, you know, coconut oil is an option. But man, it's hard to beat uh, ghee, tallow, and butter if you're an
Mm,
omnivore.
exactly.
All right, so uh, just a reminder about the 5 steps to nutritional completeness. Step number 1, avoid the bad foods. Step number 2, the 90 essential nutrients. Step number 3, I think step number 3 is my favorite. Antioxidants, adaptogens, anti-inflammatories. Step number 4, we have to take care of the gut, both the lining of the gut, the organs of the gut, like your liver, um, your pancreas, but also the microbiome. And then step number 5 is wellness wonderland. Just all of the different strategies out there, but you want to base them on or have the foundation of the first 4 steps. And we love looking at the 90 essential nutrients, 60 essential minerals. So that means 2/3 of the essential nutrients that we need are minerals. 16 essential vitamins, 12 essential amino acids, and 2 to 3 essential fatty acids. So, knowing the half-life of omega 6s is at least 2 years. What does that mean? That means if you eat 100 grams of omega-6. I just pulled that number out of the air into your body today. That same 100 grams is only halfway gone from your body in 2 years. And just think, people eat day after day after day after day. It's building up and building up and building up. And it's incorporating into your cells, and it's not leaving anytime soon. So once you make a change, you might not get results right away. Right? So the key is to be consistent, and the Bible says, do not be weary in well doing. Right? Be consistent and keep it up. So we're going to ditch the oils, look at our protein sources, and play the long game. Give your body the time that it needs to clear out the LAs, the omega-6s, and heal your cells. Okay, so I made this little thing. Did I share this last time? The lipid lexicon. So we've talked about a few different vocabulary words in the lipid world. There are 10 of them here, and each one, it tells you what it is, where it's found, and why it matters. So if you just scan that QR code, you'll be able to download the lipid lexicon. Alrighty, so I want to welcome everyone to register for Total Transformation Secrets. The live webinar is Saturdays at 11 a.m. Eastern when Bronie's asleep. But the replay is 9 p.m. or all the replays are on YouTube. But the first appearance of any of the replays is at 9 p.m. on Saturday night. And I'm live in the live chat for that first replay, for the premiere. So that's a lot of fun because people will come back sometimes from the morning session, then they'll think about it, have some questions, and then come back and ask me in the chat at 9. But even after the premiere, the replays are there. And I am trying to give a little love to my page, Dr. Lisa Health. So I have my profile, Dr. Lisa Singletary, but my business page, I'm starting to give it a little love. So I would love it if you would go to this Facebook page and follow there.
I didn't even know you had that.
I know. And I did a total rebrand of it. It looked totally different a couple weeks ago. But that's it. Those are the secrets of the Fat Saboteur.
Well, that was awesome. I love your little drawings. They're so easy to follow and understand, and that really makes a big difference for people like me anyway. But you're talking about the omega-3s, balancing the balancing act to help rid too much omega-6, which, yes, you said omega-6 we need, but not to the level that most people are getting it. But remember I said earlier that it's the end of financial year here in Australia. Today is the last day. And guess what we have? Buy one, get one free at the moment. I don't know how long it'll last, but it's still there. I know because I asked 2 days, whatever, might have been Friday, is we have our omega-3s, I've got it right here. The Jojoba, buy one, get one free. Now that my friends, is what you need. Reach out to me or the person that shared this with you to get you that today would be good. So because I know it's still available today, to help you balance out, help clear out the omega sixes if you have a build up of it. And I'm guessing probably a lot of people do and don't even realize it. So, and this is why having this as an extra is so important, because we've got the beautiful EFA pluses and EFAs, but sometimes you need a little more, especially as you're getting older, of the three. So, would I be right in saying that?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I just think that was really good timing of us doing the fat sabotage for this guy, because I don't know how long that's going to last. Okay, I really don't.
I take 2 bottles a month of those.
Oh, do you? Well, then the buy one get one free would be good for you. But I don't. I know that's what it is here down under. I don't know if the USA have that same deal at the moment, but I know we do in our warehouse. So and most of the people on here are from down under. So that, like I said, it's our end of financial year. Today is the last day of that. So why not do your body a favor?
Bronie's got the tips. Bronie's got the tips.
Well, I've always got something for everyone. Just not everyone listens. Anyway, so do we have any questions out there while we've got Dr. Lisa here? Yes, but Grant always has a question.
Yeah, okay, Dr. Lisa. Just to clarify things, so you were saying that even if we had perfectly good olive oil that's just been freshly squeezed off the shelf and we've only got it within 10 minutes and we're eating it, we eat 100 grams of olive oil, which is perfectly fine, then it's 2 years later, we've still got 50 grams of that sitting in our system?
No, not of the olive oil. The olive oil is omega-3. I'm saying of the omega-6.
Oh, olive oil. I thought olive oil was omega-6. It's omega-3, is it?
Olive oil is omega-3.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But you've got to, as Doc says, you've got to squeeze it fresh from the olive.
Yeah. I know.
Not let it sit. It's the sitting on the shelf that makes it rancid.
Correct. Yeah. If you have it fresh, it's fine. And they do all the testings on the fresh stuff, not on the old stuff. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm.
But that is true, absolutely true, of the omega, the seed oils, the omega-6s, and that, and you don't want to have that excess in your bodies. They do stick around for years.
But the omega-6s are in most processed foods, candy bars and all sorts of stuff. So,
what are you eating candy bars for, Grant?
I don't.
That's full of sugar as well.
I do occasionally, but not. I'm not a big. Well, my weight's about perfect for my height, by the way. I'm fine, and I always have. Well, most of the time I have been. But so it's very difficult to eat, even if you're eating a healthy chocolate bar with a seed oil in it, or supposedly healthy chocolate bar with a seed oil in it. Then and it takes 2 years to get rid of half of it. It's a never-ending cycle.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
So that's, I mean, that brought a whole new awareness to me of the cheat meal.
Yeah.
It's like,
because you often hear people talk about having, it's okay to have a cheat, not cheap.
Right.
My most dangerous meal, I think, is French fries or chips. That's like way down the list of good foods to eat. It's like
yeah.
Well, I mean, Doc says that's worse than smoking.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
And even worse.
What's that?
Microwave popcorn.
Oh, microwave popcorn is even worse than that, is it? Oh, okay, there you go.
Yeah. So,
but you think you're eating something because it's gluten-free, right? So you think, popcorn's gluten-free. I could have it. So air popped is okay, right? But the microwave, they have these seed oils, right? They have these
Yeah, yeah. And
that
then they
that
heat it up, makes them even worse. And
and then
oof,
exactly.
yeah. And they've
Uh,
been sitting on the shelf for ages. They've been heated up. The bad combination.
Yeah.
Karen, do you have any questions from your room? We have our beautiful guys here from Karen's room.
No, we don't. No, we don't. Dr. Lisa, you explained it very well. That was very well done. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, she does a really awesome job with that, with all her little pictures. You're not just hearing it, you're seeing it. And to me, I learn through all different ways. And to me, I retain it better when I see it. So it's good to have you all here. And
Yes, indeed.
yeah, it's great to have that room full of people here. Good. I love it when they're away, so we know they're not just Karen hasn't just put
Wow.
hasn't just put mannequins on her chairs.
Right.
Oh dear. So does anyone else have any questions? If not, then we'll let Dr. Lisa go to bed because it's late at night.
Yeah, it's 20 after 9.
20 after 9. Well, you'll probably, by the time you wind yourself down, it'll be 20 after 10 or 11. But anyway, as I ask you all nicely here in Bronie's World to stay safe, stay informed, be empowered, but do not live in fear, my friends. And when you are getting that balance right and cleaning out your engine, your metabolic engine, I just love the terminology you keep using, and getting the balance of your omega-3, look, get this, get it into you, that'll help flush it out. Then you too will be powerful, beautiful, brilliant, and most definitely very brave. God bless you all. Catch you again tomorrow here in Bronie's World. And thank you, Dr. Lisa, as ever, and we will have you back again. Won't keep leaving it so long.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dr. Lisa. Thanks, Bronie.